trust in my Redeemer as I go singing on my way. I'm so happy now, very happy now, ever I know that He is with me. So from day to day, happy now am I, yes, happy am I. Happy am I with my Redeemer.
Question number 2. Is it okay to state that our actions, our works, bless somebody else? Now, when I read that question, it was interesting. My first thought was, why did they ask this question? And then they went on and they explained a little bit about why the question was being asked. They said, because some denominations speak this way. Sometimes when a denominational group does a particular work, they say that we are doing this in order to bless a certain group of people. They even gave an illustration. We blessed Atlantic Beach with a clothing drive. So they wonder, is it acceptable to say we, using our actions, using our programs, using whatever, bless the lives of other people? Well, let's answer the question. That little word bless is found 127 times in 117 verses in the pages of our Bibles. It is used in both the Old Testament and the New Testament. In the Old Testament, the definition very simply is this: to kneel or to bless. Brown, Driver, and Briggs says that it means to kneel, to bless, to praise. You turn into the New Testament and the definition is very simply this: to speak well of. Thayer says that it means to invoke, to bestow blessings, and then there's Vines who says to ask God's blessing. Before we eat, we bow our heads, and what do? We bless our food. We invoke a blessing upon our food before we eat. Now what I want us to do is I want us to focus in on one definition. Thayer's definition. He says that the word bless means to bestow blessings upon. Folks, the reality is that our actions can bestow blessings upon other people. Isn't that true? So in that sense, we can bless other people. If you're driving down the road and you see a homeless man standing on the corner, and you stop and you hand him a $10 bill, and you say, go get you a meal with that $10. Folks, have you not blessed him with food for a hungry stomach? Absolutely you have. You're a blessing to the homeless. Perhaps we know a single mother and she's got maybe a child or two and she struggles because she has to be there full time as both mom and dad, and she's trying to make her life better, and she's been studying and she has to take a certification test. So you go over and you watch her child for her. You bless her with time to go take that certification test. Have you blessed her life in that process? Absolutely you have. How about this one? You give a coat to a person who doesn't have a coat. Folks, we've blessed that individual with warmth from the cold, from the chill, from the damp during those winter months, haven't we? It's the very reason we have our clothing drive, is to help bless the lives of other individuals. How about praying for another? Is that a blessing? Absolutely. You see, what we are trying to do is go before the throne of God and to bring Him into action on behalf of that other individual. We want God's providence to act in his life, and when it does, our prayer has been a blessing to someone else. And how about this one? A positive word. Can that be a blessing to another person? Folks, it can encourage that individual. It can cause that individual to be motivated to do even better and greater things. Just a small spoken word to that individual. You've done a wonderful job. And now he's geared up to do even more, isn't he? You see, you and I can truly be blessings to other people. Now some might say, well, Vic, what about James 1, verse 17? That verse says this, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and cometh down from the Father of lights. The argument is that it is God who blesses. It is God who gives good gifts. It is God who gives perfect gifts. And I'm not going to argue with that, but here's what I would say. Sometimes God blesses others through us. We are His voice. We are His hands. We are His feet to be used in blessings to others, aren't we? You see, I can be a blessing to someone else. I find it interesting that the Bible tells us to bless even our enemies, doesn't it? Matthew chapter 5, verse 44, but I say unto you, watch this, bless them which curse you. Wow. You see, I can even bless my enemies. Now here's the problem that some have. You see, the denominations do it. They're going to have a big food drive. And they put this big ad in the paper and they say, we are going to bless Atlantic Beach. And we don't want to follow in the steps of denominations, do we? Folks, we do it all the time. Or they follow in our footsteps, or there's something else going on, isn't there? Because you see, we give to charities, don't we? Denominational groups give to charities. So let me ask the question, are we supposed to give to charities? We support mission works. Denominations support mission works. Are we supposed to support mission works? We oppose abortion. Denominations oppose abortion. Are we now not supposed to oppose abortion because they oppose it? My friends, what denominations do or don't do is not our standard, is it? And I'm not concerned about what they do or don't do. You want to know what makes an action right or what makes an action wrong? The Bible makes an action right or wrong. And as long as I do what the Bible says, who cares what the denominational world does? Even if I do what they're doing. There's nothing wrong with that. So can we bless the lives of other people? My friends, I sure hope so. Don't you?